My name is Mark Alvisi, originally from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, born and raised, and now I live in Delray Beach, Florida. I guess the biggest influence to get me started in bodybuilding, what kind of pulled me in, was when I was a kid, probably 12 years old. I'd go with my mother on the weekends to like the flea market, and I'd see all these bodybuilding magazines, and I just thought it was just the coolest thing in the world. And, I was leafing through and checking out all these guys, and I never thought, 14, 15, 16 years later, I'd actually be working for this guy that's in the magazine. Actually, when I was 12 years old, my dad went out and bought me like a weight bench, like a Weider weight bench, because I was like kind of starting to get into it, but I really still didn't know what I was doing until I actually was about 18 or 19 years old when I joined the Army, and I actually had access to a real gym and some older guys that could actually teach me how to train and lift weights, and that's when I really started to grow. My first contest goes back to 2001. It was the NABF Supernatural Florida, so it was basically a state title show, and I had some people that convinced me that they thought that I was good enough to go in and compete and win, and I won my first show. So I kind of was like hooked to competing after that, because I hadn't realized that I possibly had a gift. So then over the course of the next few years, I would really place really well in that organization, and I jumped around from a couple different organizations, and I started competing in the NPC in 2003, and I did the Southern States, placing second in the light heavies. And I took some time off between 03 and 06 just to kind of focus on my career a little bit more. And I got back into competing in 2006, and basically from 2006 to 2009 I made a run at my pro card. Yeah, the last 12 months has been pretty crazy. I mean, going back to the 2008 USA's, 2 weeks out from the show, Rich Gaspari offered me an athlete contract, which was really great. I mean, I was just thrilled to be able to get that. And I went in and actually placed 4th in the heavyweight class, which was, my goal was just to place top 5. And I was able to get in that 4th place spot. And it was really exciting, because then at that point I realized that I really had a shot at getting my pro card. So with that finishing, I trained straight through to the Nationals and placed 2nd in the heavyweight class. So just coming up short, it was very close. We decided to focus on the USA's in 2009 and trained like crazy, made some more necessary improvements, and came in and won the heavyweight class and the overall at the 2009 USA's and got my IFBB pro card. And then after I came off stage, I had a whole group of friends and family that came out to support me. And my mom came to watch me compete with my sister and my grandfather. And my sister and grandfather have never seen me compete ever. And my mom hasn't seen me compete in about 6 years. So for them, it was pretty crazy. And one cool thing was, my grandfather, he comes into this auditorium where there's thousands and thousands of people, and I come out on stage and they're screaming Alvisi, which is his last name, obviously. So, he's in an auditorium where they got everybody screaming Alvisi, Alvisi, and that's his name. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world for him to experience that. My experience with Gaspari for the last year has been really great. I mean, they've done a tremendous job of supporting me and really helping me, a little bit more publicity with, promotion and stuff like that, get me out there with the ads and the video, and just supporting me, from an athlete standpoint. I really like the products, and I like the people that I work with. And Rich Gaspari, he's a hard worker, and he appreciates people that work hard, and that fits right into my mold anyway. So I mean, that works for me. One thing I really like about being a part of Gaspari Nutrition is the fact that they send me around the country, just to different bodybuilding shows and events and stores and things like that. It gives me an opportunity to get out and meet my fans, which it's really exciting, because this sport, it's all about the fans. Well, my favorite stack is probably going to be the Super Pump pre-workout and Size On post-workout. And obviously I like to take the Plasma Jet like 2 hours before I train. But that's like probably my favorite products that I utilize pre and post-workout. My plans going forward into next season is going to be for me just to take the next 9 months and try to make some more necessary improvements in some areas that I've identified that I need to work on, and I just overall more mass. Just like I said last year, I was going to make some improvements, and I did it, and it earned me my pro card. Now I've got to step on the pro stage, so I want to add at least another 10 pounds of stage weight So I need about 9 months to be able to do that and then diet down. So I'm thinking it's going to be about a year before I step on stage. So I'm thinking possibly doing the Tampa Pro or the Europa Pro next year as my pro debut, because my goal is to win my first pro show. So I want to be able to, assess my physique and make those necessary changes so that I can be competitive enough to win.